Hello, this is Chance from Breakpoint. It's been some time, I guess almost like more than 3 months before I have any update on to this channel. And it's not that we are not doing anything, but it's all about the manpower and how many people we still remain active on the to contributing to this channel. And yeah, there are up and down for anything. And I guess whoever remain will continue to drive the kind of businesses, consulting services that we are trying to we're trying to help the world with our collective efforts, with either with our ex partners or our current partners on Breakpoints.live. Yeah, let me because this is that time of the year to do this annual review. I'm super happy to actually start with a monologue, and if because I'm still working with other partners and who would be interested in joining me in later session to have a more in-depth sharing on like on an annual review and the kind of changes that happen to their work, their life, and also the kind of businesses that they are looking to break into. So all these opportunity and the people that we are trying to engage, and I think these are very also very interesting. And yeah, so let me start with a chronological order. I will start with the beginning of the year. Basically, throughout the whole year, we are working with three main entities and parties. Earlier this year, we have a request for proposal to decide a pretty major. They call it it's a kind of decentralized physical infrastructure network, or DPIN, but it's for mobile network system or for mobile network infrastructure. There is a term that our partner use for this kind of project. It's called DWN, Distributed Wireless Network. And basically it's something like helium.com, but it's they decided to have their own preferences in terms of the financing model and also in terms of how the tokenomics are going to work to roll out with the mid and small size telco carriers or regional customers. So for this particular partner that we've been briefly working, we didn't make it through the whole make it into the consulting gig, but the partnership remained, and we wish them well simply because he's a good guy. He's the number one guy in the company. He's also the chairman of the board. I was actually approached by this mobile tech provider I think it's late March, and then briefly I mobilized various team members, including Arton, Sumquai, and even Jason, to work on a draft proposal, and we come up with a stage projects, and with each stage project we have a service quote, and the total value of that proposed deal amounts to something quite significant if it works out. But unfortunately, they figure out this is something that with the right even with the draft proposal, I guess this customer, they figure out something on their own, and even with our initial draft project. And I think that's cool because they have like 300 people R&D team alone, and their customer all over the world. Their capability in terms of rolling out the core infrastructure, the mobile network is nowhere further than Huawei, because they are in certain area they are directly competing with Huawei. So yeah, and he's the number one guy. So what do we have to complain? We were we were visible to this guy already, and I think that at least that was a win. And this is also why we even we lost the deal, we still remain friends and partners. And we really wish whatever plan they come out for this DWN network, we really wish them well, and we will also continue to engage regional partner if there are some match to some regional partner who could be the good fit into their to join their financing scheme and rolling out whatever 5G or mobile internet or SIM card or whatever mobile internet infrastructure. Yeah. So I guess that's one very notable deal. By the middle of the year, like starting June, July, August, we also briefly engaged with a material like a battery recycle company, one of the biggest. I think that it's been the biggest one in China. They've been accumulating industrial data, all the battery recycle business data over the past 10 years. Very notable, and also various China's banks work with them, especially on the front of carbon credits, where they can help company engage in their China ecosystem of battery recycling with carbon credit based banking services or financing services. So this is also quite an opening experience for the team, not just myself, but also especially Zoom Choir, who work very closely and contributed to the early draft of the tokenomics, the technical and the operational solution that we proposed them. But also, unfortunately, they and also fortunately, I think this client they found maybe a more suitable partner, which is now a consulting team. They found a Malaysia crypto investment fund, and who would supposedly help them, way more than our Breakpoint team can do, because they have all these financial strength behind them. We as Breakpoint team, we have experiences, we have technical skill, we have knowledge. Yeah, and that's where we stand, and that's where we have been standing, and I guess that's what we will continue to stand by, because that's that's our strength. But I hope that this will change soon, because I've been approached by pretty interesting funds, crypto funds, and also foreign non-China government funds related, sovereign funds, to engage me in pretty sizable, agriculture tech projects. That's the one that we are currently engaging in, starting, not just this year, but throughout the past 2 years. Yeah, because starting 2024, I knew this partner, and then he's been pretty a big player in the as a enterprise solution provider in the ASEAN country, one of the leading ASEAN countries. And so we are so happy that he's still hanging on to work with Breakpoint team. And in fact, we're going to meet this week again to try to nail some MOU as a strategic partner. And besides this development with this Equitech partner / regional stakeholder with many state-owned or sovereign funds and private funds, we also work with the crypto, pretty crypto DeFi and PayFi team. It's called StayPay. So StayPay has been one of the major partner that we've been working with, trying to integrate their DeFi and PayFi system or technologies into the cross-border payment, scheme. And notably, there are a lot of these demand for decided building stablecoin from smaller countries, such as those from the South America. And this is this area that it's been something that my partner at StatePay, Mr. Hao, he's been quite keen and active in pursuing, not just the private sector partner, but also the state, some state partner in South America. So I think overall, if I want to conclude the year 2025 for Breakpoint.live, on and off, and we've been working with 3 pretty interesting partners. Although for the partner that we started, for the customer we started in June, we still have some payment receivable from this partner. We signed a service contract. We had a price, but we still haven't received any funds so far, any payment so far. And that's one of that's not rare nowadays in China, especially when we are pretty good, in terms of technologies, talents, and all these expertise. But still, the economic situation in China, as probably also similar to other parts of the world, remain pretty bad. And I think there are areas that people foresee hyper growth, especially in the area of AI, and also especially in the intersection between AI and crypto payment, and notably the X402 kind of agentic payment spaces. That's something that the crypto guy and AI, the crypto payment guy in our circle has been pursuing, and also China's crypto policy regulations has been seeing quite drastic change over the second half of 2025. In middle of 2025, we saw Hong Kong, China government pretty active and pretty open, right, to a lot of these crypto regulations and industries, especially regarding those special sector called RWA, real world assets and stablecoins. But it's been the case that even for Hong Kong, there are a lot of these areas turn out to be highly regulated, and not until lately, China government tightened up everything about stablecoin, RWA, and that scared off a lot of investors and potential player who are seeing Hong Kong as a great proxy to tap into all these technology driven potential or projects that are being incubated and started from China, and I think this is both good and bad. I call it bad simply because on the superficial level, on the surface, it's quite pessimistic, and people still, the people in our industry still see China and Hong Kong as a place that are dominated by only the state player, or the so-called people in power, and yet the neighboring countries like the ASEAN countries, some ASEAN countries like Malaysia, and also some Middle East countries, South American countries, they are quite quick in picking up these regulation effort, especially African governments. So in those areas and in those regions, I think we have the most opportunities. And as you see from the annual report from Multicoin Capital, by 2025, let me read a little bit. So the Multicoin Capital, they had a recapping. They had a recap for 2025. They defined this year as the most consequential year, and I think it's rightfully so. Yeah, and this is mainly because the U.S. government's major shift in crypto policies. I think that major shift transmitted a big message to the whole world, and it's a big good news to the industry overall, not just AI, not just crypto, but also any AI that any AI services that are depending on very efficient crypto rails to help restructure the whole elements of production, and also we call them the productivity relationships among the various stakeholders in this industry. And new services, new businesses, investments, I think are the most active in the intersection of AI and blockchain in 2025. If your project are somehow depending on the U.S. regulation, the U.S. jurisdictions, U.S. company, these company would probably see the most drastic, boost in their business advancement. And I think for many smaller or very talented project team, any U.S. related, crypto startups, they probably have the biggest year. Yeah, not that they had the biggest year in terms of market adoption and user growth, but in terms of the groundbreaking, regulator, we call them the regulation clarity, right? So regulation clarity has been the big driver for the crypto industry for 2025. And yeah, for example, the Genius Act, right? Yeah, everyone knows. So I guess that's what I have to say for the whole situation here. But the whole ecosystem, especially my close partner, like the StayPay team, my old team, like Ryan from the Philippines, right, and some close partner who remain constant contact with me, and also my stakeholders, my potential customers. They've been working with me depending on my advisory to try to up their games to to help them to leverage the new crypto assets and probably put their business on the fast trajectory of tokenized technology assets, so that we can build something that we could never imagine before before the AI revolution, before the blockchain breakthrough, right, for the whole year of 2025. Yeah, I guess that's what actually that's something really, really exciting. And I'm also feel hugely blessed with the, although we don't have many partners and customers, but the few that are remaining close to me and to my team, they're really, really powerful. And I hope my small team we continue to play our our part in dual course, and at the best of our efforts to contribute to this the global scene of AI and blockchain startups. Yeah, this is what the Breakpoint.live is all about. We remain a really small and tightly knit community, and although we keep we are not actually keeping a very active social media. We only had a website, and we have a China's WeChat group, and so that the Asian partners, it's mostly Asian partners, we can keep engaging them. Yeah, I guess that's what I have to say as a monologue regarding the recap of Breakpoint.live for the year 2025. And do subscribe to our newsletter, although it's not a very frequent update to the Breakpoint.live. Oh, by the way, one more word. As you see, I already written a book called on cryptoviolation.com. It's a framework on how to classify the crypto assets, and also how to do crypto asset valuation. So this book has been published in a really fast pace in early this year, and I just keep it just like an independent website on the domain called on cryptovaluation.com. And even the newsletter is actually a sub channel on Breakpoint.live, this channel, so that you can just hook on, look at our website. There are links in under our website, and then you can choose to subscribe to various community or channel as a different newsletter, because the Breakpoint.live is hosted on paragraph.com, where we can manage, not just one but multiple, newsletters with one backend services, which is really cool. We have a website. We have, we have a not very for this year. We don't have a very frequent update to our YouTube. So basically, we have newsletter, we have YouTube, we have websites. I guess that's all we need for this level of operation. And also, I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our partners who used to be active, and also thank the current partners who are very active, like Ryan and Zoom Quiet. And I will include these most active member into the actual profitable project that we are signing and we are engaging with our global partners. And there are many interesting and very potentially highly valuable projects that are being cooked in the kitchen. Hopefully we can bear more fruits. Bear some more significant fruits, and engage not just the current partners, but also a new partnership with Future Maker Hub, which is the most notable addition of our strategic partner, who's been also hosted by one of our key members, Zoom Quiet, with his neighbor, and with a very talented lady called Sonia. She's been an architect, and she's been a pretty damn cool storyteller and illustrator. And she loved drawing. She loved imagining technology narratives and try to, she's real quick in coming up with technology driven narrative stories. And we even come up with a overlapping technology theme between Breakpoint.live. In Breakpoint, we've embraced AI and blockchain, right? But for Future Maker Hub, we've been embracing decentralized infrastructure, and we have this value proposition or calling for builders to engage, these builders, designers to engage in distributed infrastructure, all the way from energy to telecommunications to water system to food system, or to agriculture system, and also to the broader section of sustainable technologies. So I felt so excited and fortunate to have this newly onboarded partnership starting September this year. And we've been working very close on a weekly basis. We had a weekly call with Sonia, mostly led by Sonia, and with other core member of Breakpoint. We are being mostly the tech guy who joining a very talented designer and also architect and general technologies community, who've been trying to make sense of this big theme of vibe building everything. So vibe building is a pretty cool community spirit where we meet regularly and to try to generate ideas and figure out what are the interesting stories that can actually inspire new demand from our global partners and customers. So that's why we theme the whole community around distributed infrastructure, energy, telco, water system, and agriculture, agritech. So these are very cool community and people who would really love to work with us to look at the breakpoints. And I guess that's what I have to say to recap the year 2025. And thank you for watching. This is Chance, Director of Breakpoints.live.